sure we're allowed in. It seems like there's a lot of important cars here right now. VIP signs and police signs. And we're currently driving down the Russian Federation Boulevard, which is not too far from Xi Jinping Boulevard. Here's one legend on a bicycle. He's famous now. Bye bye Saigon. Happy dancers doing their morning exercise. It's a very slow start here with the morning traffic jam. Our journey to Cambodia began in the heat and humidity of Saigon city center, where we boarded a bus bound for Phnom Penh. The roar of the engine became our soundtrack, and the congested traffic our scenery for the next 2 to 3 hours, until we finally reached the Moc Bai border crossing. We've just crossed the border from Vietnam to Cambodia. This is our first time here in this beautiful country. The change after entering Cambodia was immediate. The area suddenly became a linguistic melting pot, where signs shifted between Khmer, Vietnamese, and Mandarin languages. The landscape was dominated by special economic zones and vast factories of mainly Chinese origin. There's special economic zones here in Cambodia. The one over there behind the trees is called Manhattan. This is mainly, again, something to do with the Chinese who maybe want to build manufacturing here and whatnot. By the time Phnom Penh's skyline came into view, it was a forest of cranes and high-rises, a testament to the scale of foreign investment shaping the city. Alright, we have arrived, but there's some goods being unloaded. Our objective in Cambodia was to enjoy the capital city of Phnom Penh, followed by a road trip through the southern parts of the country, a loop of roughly 600 kilometers, including places like Kep, Kampot, and Pokor Hill. In our final leg of the journey, we took a bus to Siem Reap to discover the magnificent history of the Khmer Empire and the city of Angkor.
We are at the heart of Phnom Penh city.
We are impressed actually, isn't it?
Very much so.
Impressed and confused. I mean, on one hand it's so clean, it's so modern, there's no honking. But on the other hand, a lot of Chinese influence, and I don't know if it's good or bad, but you see Chinese characters everywhere, you see Chinese businessmen everywhere. I don't know what the locals think about it. I don't know if the locals even have a say about it, but it's interesting. Maybe we'll investigate it if we can. Admittedly, our expectations for Cambodia were modest. If you rely on stories found online or on statistical figures, you are likely to be surprised. Our first impression of Phnom Penh was overwhelmingly positive. A clean, modern city with walkable roads and, most shockingly, no noise or honking. Yet, there was cultural confusion.
Someone named Wong has a Maybach here.
Wherever we looked, Chinese businesses, banks, and luxury cars appeared, many bearing license plates marked by Chinese numerology. Wow, Rolls Royce.
Oh.
Just right next to here, the old market, casually. Our first taste of local life came in the form of nom soy, a sweet coconut-filled rice wrap.
Just make it for this person from the car.
It's very popular. There's someone in a car, someone who has money and influence, but wants to have this delicious little treat as well, like everyone else. So this little pancake is 2,000 real, which is 50 cents in dollars as well. We quickly learned that Cambodia operates on an unusual dual currency system, where the US dollar and the Cambodian riel circulate side by side. While the riel is great for small change, locals often prefer the stability of the dollar as a hedge against inflation. It's nice, but sweet, as expected. One thing that is definitely similar to Vietnam and Thailand here is crossing the roads. People just don't care. But I guess how can you care if there's traffic of such intensity? Phnom Penh is a busy city, offering a pleasant chaos that is typical of Southeast Asia. Although traffic never truly stops for pedestrians, it generally moves slow enough that, with steady confidence, the sea of cars and motorbikes eventually will part around you. The first morning in Phnom Penh began with a steaming plate of street noodles. However, before placing our order, we were approached by a local monk seeking morning donations, requested specifically in US dollars.
We're waiting for our breakfast.
Yes. We just had a Buddhist monk over there come to us and ask for money. We were a bit shocked. We haven't seen that. Usually they do come and make a circle around the city or village to ask for food, but this time it was quite straightforward. We didn't know what to say, and we didn't get our blessing. But hopefully we're still blessed. Our exploration of the capital city started at the Royal Palace of Cambodia. Since 1866, this striking complex of gilded buildings and manicured gardens has served as the residence of the nation's king. It remains one of Phnom Penh's architectural crown jewels, symbolizing a monarchy that in practice no longer governs the state. A short walk from the royal palace, we headed towards Wat Ounalom, one of Phnom Penh's most important Buddhist institutions. Even from the street, the sound of rhythmic chanting carried through the air. Outside, a line of luxury cars was parked along the road, signaling a significant event. I'm sure we're allowed in. It seems like there's a lot of important cars here right now. VIP signs and police signs. Maybe something important is happening and we're not important enough. While the king remains the monarch and Buddhism is the official state religion, real power in Cambodia lies with the Cambodian People's Party. Although the constitution proclaims a multi-party democracy, the country functions in practice as a de facto one-party system, maintaining a firm grip on power since the fall of Khmer Rouge in 1979. For much of the past 4 decades, the nation and the party have been dominated by a father-son duo, Hun Sen and Hun Manet. The Khmer Rouge, or the Red Khmer, is a chapter of Cambodian history that demands further explanation. The name refers to the Communist Party of Kampuchea, which ruled the country from 1975 to 1979. The regime is remembered for its extreme brutality and was responsible for one of the largest genocides of the 20th century. The fish being fried smells good.
Not fried, grilled.
What?
Why is it fried?
Grilled.
That's
what I said.
You said fried.
I said grilled, but we have video evidence. The fish being fried. I said grilled, but we have video evidence. Walking the streets of Phnom Penh in the midday heat of the dry season is no small feat. Fortunately, cold drinks are never far away, so we often took refuge in a cup of affordable sugarcane juice. It doesn't seem to do a very good job though. Because usually it squeezes it, in one go.
Yeah.
Fancy lead, but we don't need a bag if you offer it, yeah? No need bag.
No need bag. I can just take them.
Yeah.
No need. Thank
We're
you.
gonna save the environment and not take the bag. We'll just take the rest of the plastic.
Oh.
There you go. You want to drink it?
It's yum.
Okay.
So you want me to go and investigate some kind of food?
There's a very friendly man, but he's running away. As we continued exploring the city, a wooden trolley caught our eyes, loaded with grilled banana sticks, a common snack found throughout Cambodia. Of course, we had to give it a try.
One. One of these. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
More there.
Yes. Open it. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Wow.
What?
2,000 years.
Oh. So I got what we wanted. Let's go and try it out. There's banana and sticky rice.
Ooh, let's have a...
They also have a fried sweet potato.
Wow,
But I saw a local buying these too, so I also bought.
it's salty. I mean, that's a good breakfast snack, I feel, if you want to save up on money, because it's going to be filling. This is sticky rice, or?
That's what he said.
Oh, because it seems to have banana also in it, so maybe sticky rice with banana.
Uh-huh.
I like the sticky rice with banana a lot.
More than the banana alone.
This one is salty.
Oh,
It's salty, but nice. The other one is sweet and nice. Good purchase.
hold it like this. Try it out. I like the sticky rice. It is sweet, but not too sweet. It has coconut also.
That's the delicious one. Satisfied with nature's simple treat, we made our way to the riverside, where the city meets its lifeline, the Tonle Sap River. While it may not be the most spectacular sight, it is deeply symbolic. The Tonle Sap River links the mighty Mekong, the longest river in Southeast Asia, with Tonle Sap Lake, the region's largest freshwater lake. What makes Tonle Sap especially unique is the fact it is one of the few rivers in the world that reverses its flow twice a year. During the monsoon season, the Mekong pushes so much water into the system that the Tonle Sap River flows backward, swelling the lake up to 6 times its normal size. It's a natural rhythm that has dictated the lives of Cambodian people for over 1,000 years. To reach our next destination, we hailed a tuk-tuk, a popular 3-wheeled vehicle. Pretty neat mode of transportation, isn't it? There's a constant airflow. In Cambodia, tuk-tuks are more than just a novelty. They offer by far the most affordable and pleasant way to travel.
And what I like about tuk-tuk in Cambodia is that you can just book it on Grab and you know what the price you will pay. In Thailand you will have to bargain and it's most of the time more expensive than car. Here it's much cheaper.
To better understand the history of the Khmer Rouge, we visited Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum, also known as Security Prison 21.
What language do you want?
English please.
You can have Vietnamese if you want.
Oh, one Vietnamese, one English.
The site was not originally built as a prison, but as a high school. However, in 1975, the Khmer Rouge regime, led by Pol Pot, transformed these classrooms into a factory of death. Security Prison 21, or simply S21, was part of the Khmer Rouge's declaration of what became known as Year Zero, an attempt to reset civilization by erasing the old world. The communist regime targeted the educated, the religious, and the urban populations. Doctors, teachers, and perceived intellectuals, such as those who simply wore glasses, were labeled as the enemies of the state. Driven from the cities, forced into slave labor, or taken to places like S21 to be tortured and killed. By the time the regime was toppled in 1979, it had carried out one of the largest genocides in human history, with an estimated 2 million people killed. Out of a population of roughly 8 million, Nearly a quarter of the nation was wiped out in just 4 years. It is a chapter of history that most Cambodians still carry in their hearts, often hidden behind their smiles. But Cambodia is a country defined by resilience. As the sun began to set, the central square came alive, filling with locals enjoying the cooler evening air, running, gathering, and playing football. Making use of the final hour of daylight, we took a detour to one of the city's most iconic landmarks, the Central Market.
So we're at the Central Market in Phnom Penh.
This is kind of an architectural masterpiece, the main building of Central Market. Completed in 1937, this Art Deco masterpiece, with its vast central dome and 4 radiating wings, was designed by the French Indochina architect Jean de Bois. As it so often happens in life, we arrived too late, with the shops all closed. Is it open? I think it's closed. But look at the building.
Oh, it's beautiful, yeah?
Yes. However, it was still rather special to see what was once considered one of the largest markets in Asia.
Let's go to a smaller street.
Let's go to let's walk back to the river.
Do you know which direction is the river? Okay, let's go there.
Leaving the silent halls of the Central Market, we began the walk back towards the Tonle Sap River. Our road led us through a part of the city shared by most urban centers around the world, the red light district.
Red light district.
Of Phnom Penh. There are a lot of red lights here, which is exactly why it's called, I guess, red light district. And of course, this kind of environment will attract young males from all over the world. I'm not pointing fingers, but by the time we reached the riverside, there was only one thing left we hadn't yet tried: the famous Gansberg beer.
When will you have your first Gansberg?
I want to have Gansberg beer. It's everywhere. I don't know if it's the most popular beer in Cambodia, but it's one of the most popular ones.
See?
Gansberg. Marketed as a premium German lager, produced exclusively in Cambodia, and advertised nationwide with Western faces.
I like Gansberg beer.
I like Gansberg beer.
It felt like something we had to sample before leaving the city.
Gansberg beer?
Yes.
How much is the one?
3,000 real.
Let's have a Gansberg beer. Premium German beer.
Yeah.
Made in Cambodia. Good. Thank you. Gansberg beer. Let's try it out. I like this is the old school, the opening. Let's try it. Very refreshing. Gansberg.
How would you describe it other than refreshing? Compare it with some other beers like Heineken or...
I don't know. I don't drink Heineken. Doesn't taste much different from the Vietnamese beers. It's nice. I mean, anything is nice when it's so hot outside. You want to try it?
Okay. Let me try. It's better than Heineken. I would say it tastes similar to the craft beer in Vietnam.
To truly experience Cambodia, we rented a motorbike to set out on a 600-kilometer journey through the southern part of the country.
It's 6:30 a.m. and we're leaving Phnom Penh.
It's beautiful here. The temperature is still nice, and these are the streets of Phnom Penh. I think right next to here you have a Royal University of Phnom Penh. But yeah, we're gonna go to Kampot, which is a bit of a touristy town, but still a regional town, so it'll be interesting. Plus we'll be covering a lot of empty land, rural land. Here, motorbikes are a lifeline, and any two-wheeler with an engine capacity of 125 cc or less requires no license. That makes them not only practical for locals, but also a great option for travelers eager to explore the outback. As we rode along the Russian Federation Boulevard, a road that cuts the city in two, we took a final glimpse of Phnom Penh. From there, we soon passed the Xi Jinping Boulevard.
Xi Jinping Boulevard, but we're not gonna go there today.
This was not just a name, but a reflection of Cambodia's shifting political alliance with China. Beyond the city limits, the population thinned and the roadsides grew increasingly dry. A reminder that Cambodia is far more than the glass facades of its capital city. Our first stop was a quiet temple next to a lively primary school. It was early morning, but already hot, making it the perfect moment to sample local breakfast snacks: coconut sticky rice and grilled bananas.
This is our favorite. The one in Phnom Penh had also coconut in it, what was amazing, even better, isn't it? But it's still good. Coconut is a big deal in Cambodia, it seems. Coconuts and mangoes.
You mean banana?
Banana and mango. Everywhere.
It's a nice stop here, yeah?
It is nice. There's a temple here, and there's a school. Children are playing. Very different lifestyle compared to, I guess, the so-called developed world. It's a very small temple here. Probably not on the map even, but it is still beautiful. The flowers are blooming, which makes it even nicer.
Walking through the temple grounds, our eyes were drawn to the intricate curves of the Khmer script. At first glance, it resembles Thai writing, but the two are not mutually intelligible. However, both scripts do share a common ancestor, tracing back to the ancient Pallava script of southern India, a legacy carried across seas by trade and cultural exchange. It is a reminder of how ancient trade routes shaped the way people speak and write, even today.
I met a local children here. So stay? Ah, so happy. Children are very nice here. Here's one legend on a bicycle. He's famous now. His friends are laughing. Hello, how are you? How are you? Good. Very friendly. Okay. Hello. Okay, Li Hai. Li Hai. Bye bye. So they're very friendly.
We spent a few moments with the local children, waiting for their classes to begin. Their initial shyness soon gave way to wide smiles, a warmth and kindness that would later come to symbolize Cambodia more broadly.